Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to discuss about the what are the types of graph when we use the concept of graph theory for the circuit solutions. There we have different type of graphs. They are connected graph, unconnected graph, directed graph, undirected graph. Right, there are four type of graph. When you convert a network into the graph, we can have four type of graphs. One is connected graph, another one is unconnected graph, then directed graph, then undirected graph. Right, so we see them one by one. So what is connected graph? If there exists at least one branch between any of the two nodes of a graph, then it is called as connected graph. It means that each node in the connected graph will have one or more branches that are connected to it. So no node will be isolated. It means we can say, suppose if you have four node in a graph, then all the four nodes will be present and all the four nodes should be connected with the branches. That is the connected graph. We can say this is my graph, right? I have node 1, node 2, node 3 and node 4. So four nodes are available. All the nodes are connected by some branches. All the nodes are connected by some branches. This is called as a connected graph. This is called as a connected graph. So connected graph means that what? A graph, how many number of nodes are there? All the nodes should be connected with branches, right? Then another one is, what is unconnected graph? Unconnected graph means if one or more isolated nodes are unconnected by the graph. So we can say like this, simple. We have four node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4. But what is that? There is no, the node 1 is no way connected with this rest of the node. The node 1 is no way connected with any of the node. This is called as the unconnected graph. This is called as the unconnected graph. If how many number of nodes are there in a network, and if any one node or how many node, no matter, any node is not connected by any branches with another node, then it is unconnected graph, right? So we can say, what is directed graph? Directed graph means the branches which is connected in the node of a graph will be marked with the direction, directed graph, or it is also called as the oriented graph. You can say here, yes, we have marked the direction in each branch. We can say here, the branch which is present between node 1 and 3 have the direction marked from node 3 to 1, and another branch B from node 1 to 2. Like that, in each branch the direction will be marked. Each branch the direction will be marked. That is called as a directed graph or oriented graph, right? So undirected means there will be no direction marked, right? There will be no direction marked. We can say this is your you can also say this is nothing but the undirected graph. Undirected graph, because there is no direction have been marked in the any of the branches. In the any of the branches of this graph, no direction has been marked. So it is called as a undirected graph or unoriented graph. There is no direction is marked. That is right. So now next, next we can say what is subgraph and its types. A part of the graph is called as a subgraph. We get subgraphs by removing some nodes or branches of a given graph. So the number of branches or nodes of a subgraph will be lesser than the original graph. So some of the nodes and branches will be removed or eliminated from the original graph. They are the subgraphs. So subgraphs, we have two type of subgraphs. We have, one is the tree, another one is the co-tree. One is the tree, another one is the co-tree. So what is tree and what is co-tree? They are the subgraphs. And what is tree, co-tree? Let us to see. Tree is a connected subgraph of a given graph which contains all the nodes of the graph. but there should not be any loop in that subgraph. The branches of the tree are called twigs. We can say this is subgraph, sorry, subgraph, and also called as a tree. Tree means that what we say, the graph, how many number of nodes are there? All the node will come in the graph. You can say node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4. All the nodes are present in the here also. Node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4. So all the nodes will be connected, but no closed loop will be framed, right? That is tree. This is called as a tree. So tree, how we are making the tree? The nodes, how many number of nodes are present in your graph? All node will be present, and you have to connect the branches to connect the nodes, but you should not make any closed path. You should not make any closed. That is called as a tree. And branches of tree, this is the branch of tree, they are called as a twigs. Branch of tree is called as a twigs, right? Then what does core tree? Core tree is nothing but also a subgraph which is formed with the branches that are removed while forming the tree. Complement of tree, we can say. We can say the tree is, core tree is nothing but the branches which is not part of your tree, they will be core tree. We have made this tree, and in your original diagram, what does actually we have? Tree where branch D, E, F is considered. So other branches, branch A, B, C are not considered. So this branch A, B, C is nothing but the core tree. Nothing but the core tree. Branch A, B, C, they are the core tree marked with the dotted line. So core tree means what? The branches which does not appear in the tree, they are the core tree branches. And it is marked by the dotted line, and a tree branch is marked by the solid line. That is the difference, right? So this is your tree and this is your core tree. So we can say oriented graph. So this is, we have combined together. This is your tree and this is your core tree. So each oriented graph can have its tree and core tree. We have marked, right? So what does tree and core tree? Tree means the subgraph which is made from original graph by connecting all the node with the branches and no loop will be formed. Core tree means the branches which does not appear in the tree, they are the core tree. Tree branches are called as the twigs. Core tree branches are called as links. Core tree branches are called as link and tree branches are called as twigs. So this is what we have discussed now. What we have discussed what is the graph, sorry, what is the oriented graph and what is the unoriented graph, right? And what is the tree and what is the core tree, right? This all things we have discussed. So whatever we have discussed, let us to recollect one time. So graph, you can say connected graph, unconnected graph. Connected graph means the graph in which all the node will be connected. Unconnected means that any of the node may not be connected with the branches. And a directed graph means directions will be marked in each branch. Undirected, that matlab, there will be no direction will be marked in the graph. That is undirected graph. And subgraphs we have seen tree and core tree. Tree means the node of the original graph will be comes in the tree and all the nodes will be connected with the branches but no closed loop. And tree branches also called as here, which one? Tree branch called as the twigs. Core tree branches, nothing but the branches which does not appear in your tree will become the core tree branches. So when we make a tree and when we make the tree and the core tree, you will have like this. For all cases of the graph theory concept, we have to make a tree and core tree. Further, we may proceed. Right? So this is we have learned today. Right? This we have learned today. The next class we will discuss about the another topic, right? Thank you.